Welcome back to another episode of the Nonprofit Playbook. I'm Christi, the CEO.
I'm Dr. Sharon.
Today's topic, are you really serving who you say you serve? I love this one because there are so many nonprofits being birthed and they're saying they're serving one community, and then 6 months later, because a grant came out and they wanted that money, they're serving a whole different community. So let's talk about, are you really serving who you say you serve? How does that equate to what people are doing day to day, real life in the nonprofit industry?
Oh, I love it. So let's clarify what this question really means. Let's give some examples. We were talking about this earlier, and I just love them.
Yeah.
Let's say that I'm going to use your homeless one because that was a perfect one.
Okay.
You have an organization and your nonprofit is to serve the homeless community. That could be through transitional housing, job search, whatever.
Yeah.
But you're known for back to school events. That's not really in alignment. And back to school events, don't get me wrong, they're cool.
Right.
They provide great resources, but that's not ending homelessness.
Right. Right.
That's what we mean by who are you serving, and are
Yeah.
you serving who you say you're going to serve?
Right. Because it's not to say that we don't have homeless children that need backpacks, but it's not like the recommendation or the requirement to come to that back to school giveaway, it was you had to be homeless. And then how do you even show proof that you're homeless? Like, how are we showing proof of that? What are you gathering to understand that this is who you're serving? Again, like you said, back to school giveaways are great, but we're serving school-age children. That's who we're serving, not homeless.
Yeah.
So I think that when it comes to putting these nonprofits together, don't change who you're serving, what you're serving, or what problem you're solving because a grant came out, because funding came out, because the city told you that this thing is happening and I can get $1 million, $500,000, because now you're changing based off of dollar amounts and you're not changing based off of the passion that you had inside to solve a problem.
Exactly. What we're trying to say is you had a reason that you started your nonprofit to solve whatever problem that was. Solve that problem. Stay in that focus area. There are so many nonprofits doing so many different things, and we'll talk about collaboration on another episode, but that's where you can collaborate and go into that stuff.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane, solve that problem. You know, maybe later expand onto other things.
That's
but
what I was going to say.
If your exact mission is to end homelessness, focus on the solutions to end homelessness. The other thing too that I want to point out, because it just drives me like absolutely bonkers, is if your mission is to end homelessness and serve homelessness, and you're showing up like couple days before Thanksgiving, and you're showing up with frozen turkeys at a homeless encampment, who's going to cook that?
Yeah. Well, you know, they do have... No,
don't listen. I've seen some that get creative. They hooking the wires up to the billboards. I've seen it. There's some creative ones.
But yeah, no, seriously, if we are ending... First of all, a lot of things that we want to end, we will never see in this lifetime. It just won't happen. It's just not going to happen. Homelessness is not happening in this lifetime. I'm not saying it will never end. It's not happening in the next 100 years. So we still continue to bring solutions that can... not necessarily handicap, because we don't want to handicap people, but bring solutions that would suffice for the moment. So
and step by step,
those turkeys.
Yep, cooking those turkeys, showing up with the cooked food so that you're fighting maybe food injustice. But you got to have a step-by-step approach to solving problems.
Yeah.
And you're not going to do that if you're not in alignment with what your mission is. So you need to like step back a little, take some time, make sure your mission and the problem you're solving are in alignment with each other so that you know who you're serving. And you can answer that, because nothing's worse than a donor or a funder coming in and saying, hey, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm ending homelessness, but I have a back to school event this weekend.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, what? And you can't really answer how you're solving that problem. You want to be able to, because if I'm going to give you my millions of dollars, it has to make sense. So we just want it to make sense. And don't get frustrated when you are trying and working towards solving a problem and it's not going to happen overnight. It's okay. Keep going, keep at it, because then you'll be the guru of homelessness and people will go to you and want to partner with you. And that's what we're going to talk about on another episode.
I love it.
Yes. So with that being said, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a nonprofit leader today. Bye.